So women, in according to the execution format of the military and the courts within the structure of the books of law, the U.S. Code, have went to court and confessed to gang rape. They've confessed to committing a person's crime. These are their words. The judge was like, I don't understand. And because there's a rape case, and then there's a public rape case, and then there's a community rape case. So there's a federal rape case for the owner. The owner has to distribute whether or not the community was raped to cause a rape, and whether or not the city encouraged a rape to cause a public rape, a state rape, and then a federal rape. And so they went to court and they publicly confessed to committing a person's crime with the intent to cover up crimes, thefts, and robberies, and broke with their persons by prostitutioning themselves for the faggot cop to commit gang rape and lie about the law, its structure, or how the paths cross. Not only did they confess to this, because as you see, I'm relentless. I make these recordings every day. She said the community was abusing her, and because bonds are written on nothing, the actual opening statement is, nothing will be the force of this bond, therefore nothing should come about it except the person's employment, creed, will, and whatnot. She publicly confessed that not only was the federal government in an honest motion and conviction against her, causing her to come forward, but her intent to committing aid to gang raping children was to further criminal police activities and false courts. Like she worded it. So the law says the bonds will aid a person to go to court and whatnot. How you guys doing? I grabbed a book of matches. Is that okay? For sure. Thank you. So my name is Jason. I'm currently unemployed. I filed for unemployment. I was approved. I know everybody's doing bad right now with pandemic, but some people are still open. Some people don't want their old employees or whatnot. And I need a job, so I'd like to give off a resume if that's possible. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. You have a good day. You're welcome. Take care. Thank you. So it wasn't just her, it was like 20 other women, because the bond, how they're giving out stimulus payment, the judge, when the civil case is city, state, federal government, they have to actually initiate that they have to get rid of the money. Is there a manager available?
Yes, okay.
My name is Jason. I'm currently unemployed. I know the pandemic hit everybody pretty hard. I'd like to pass off the resume to you.
Sure.
I know there's not a lot of people working. It would be common sense that you wouldn't call some people back and you'd call others back, or you'd want to call everybody back. But in the chance that you're looking for a new person, I'd like to be part of the crew of the team.
Sure.
I appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you. Take care. So she went to court, and the judge, it was a male judge, he was factoring what rape is and explaining persons, and she publicly declared that she's part of a gang rape on someone that owns a bond by aid of the police in a lie about what the law is. She told the judge that she could produce employment records with the criminal foul in it. She could produce the authority telling her to commit a criminal foul and whatnot. Then they opened the actual federal hearing of state, federal, and city, and they explained. Women were explaining how they bleed, why they bleed, how rape happens, how their person gets transferred, and how they can't remember. And she publicly declared that police officer asked her and aided her to commit rape. So the courts already know of it, rape to deny a civil case. They actually argue and talk about it with the bishop. The bishop was found guilty of doing it, which is common sense. You see it. Which implements a judge. So the death penalty declared military action against a judge, allowing women into the civil case for the intent and design to commit rape and deny a civil case. So my name is Jason. I have some bike experience. I'm currently unemployed. I was wondering if you guys are hiring.
We are actually, yeah.
I'd like to leave your resume. So my bike experience, I put together rims and tires, brakes and whatnot. You know how you see Salvation Army workers ring the red bell?
Yeah,
I used to work for a actual warehouse that would put together bikes for children, and they'd just be random parts. And, you try to match the bike with a swim, you try to match the swim parts and make an actual swim bike, but it always didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
But I'm eager to learn. I like bikes, and I'd like to do your resume.
Cool, man. That's great. So I'll hang on to this, but to apply, you should actually go to bike.nyc.
Bike.nyc?
Yeah, and then you can navigate to jobs, and it'll have resume, cover letter.
.nyc?
Yeah, so that's our parent company, Bike New York. Just bike.nyc. Yeah, and then there will be a page on there where you can find jobs or careers. Yeah, you'll be able to find it. I think it'll make sense. And then there's an online form to fill out resume and cover letter.
Okay.
And if you do that, then somebody will give you a call.
All right, thank you, sir.
What was your name again?
Jason.
Jason. Alex. Good to meet you.
Nice meeting you, Alex.
Yeah, hope to talk to you soon.
All right. So one of what they try to build confusions on what the law says. How come you don't respond, or How come you don't act in accordance? In accordance to what? In this country, you're free. Homosexuality is illegal. So obviously I'm not doing homosexual activities. A woman, the courts have specifically discussed, and federal witnesses have came forward saying they've aided the attempt to theft at a civil case by kidnap sexuality. How you doing? Is there a manager available? No. What about like a shift supervisor? The gentleman down here. How you doing, sir? So my name is Jason. I'm currently unemployed. They approved me of unemployment, but I'd really like to work. I was working for a movie theater. They closed down. I'd like to give you a resume.
I don't think we're hiring right now, but I'll give it to the manager and I'll do it.
I appreciate it. Thank you. So when the cop went to commit crime of rape and sodomy, he was in dispute of arrest and death. So because the law says courts actually in the U.S. Code. The reason you use the qualifying courts in the U.S. Code is so that way people can't say robberies in the U.S. Code. We commit robbery because that's what the law teaches us and whatnot. So insurance, people like insurance and police disputals, they try to say, oh no, robbery's in the law, we're just following the law. It tells us that that's how we're to behave and whatnot. So when he went to commit a crime, he tried breaking into a court. U.S. Marshal opened fire on the sheriffs and sent out conviction. And so big fight. A judge initiated that the civil case was attempted to be stolen, and that the death penalty can go into effect. So the law, the criminal tries doing everything in your civil case is suable. The cops trying to pick through the files and implement them as that's his right of defense. He's trying to declare some crime happened and then he lost the civil case. That's why each side has nothing. So the judge in the death penalties hearings actually said, you just keep turning in your own documents. Told that to the cop, this is your document. You said that, and then you quoted a bunch of law and said the law said it and pointed at what you said. That's not the law. What you say is not the law. The law is the law. The book, the U.S. Code, shows this. You never say that. You have no claim of the civil action saying that a sign was put up, city ordinance was posted, business opened up, and the law says it's a criminal and there's the act. You never say that. You keep saying police officer did this, police officer did that. That's a criminal act. So it's pretty horrible.